everybody, happy Thursday. Okay, so summer is in full swing. And the reason why I know that is because um, everybody on YNR, well, except for a few people, are in France and they're all in bathing suits or swim trunks or whatever. Okay, example number one, Michael Mueller. Boy, does that man have some abs. And Courtney Hope and Zalika Silver in bikinis. Okay. Okay. So going with the storylines. Um. We all know that uh, Dumas is now Kane Ashby, right? And Aristotle, because he likes. Apparently, we got a little bit of info yesterday also that he likes Greek mythology and the Three Musketeers. So yeah. Um. Okay. So now that everybody knows who he is, um, Kyle doesn't want to proceed the way that Audra still does. And she is really, really insistent on doing it her way and, the rest of it. Okay. So then on the other side, because, they have to have some people still in General City, we have some information about Cole today. Turns out he has the worst kind of pneumonia you can have, Legionnaire's disease. And so I don't know if that means he's going to be back or not, because he's been in the hospital and are sick for like at least two months now. And I don't know if they're, well, I mean, there are two schools of thought here. Either J. Eddie Peck, which is the actor who plays him, has another thing going on, or they're working out the contract, or he's still deciding what he wants to do. Because I thought about this today, and he was brought on to kind of romance Victoria again, and also find out he had the daughter, right? But after that, I mean, he hasn't really done much. So, unless they're going to beef up his character, which I don't know why they would at this point, then there's really no reason for him to be here. And I'm not saying that I don't want him around. I'm just saying that when you become a parent and when you start getting mother and father roles, there's not too many places you can go, you know? So there's that. Okay. So I still think that they're Kim testing Claire and Holden together because they've been putting them in a lot of scenes lately, and they seem to work well together. And I can see a friendship building, but I don't know about the romance card. I really don't. And I'm always going to be Team Claire and Kyle because young love and the whole thing. I'm a fan of that because, as I said before, we don't see that too often, and we don't see it work out. So that's what I want to see for a change. We see it where they kind of hook up and then they break up, and we've seen that a million times, but we don't see it work out too often. Um, and I want it to be like in game kind of. I mean, in a couple of years, I'd like to see them move on in their relationship. But then again, the problem with that is that, or the possible problem is Victor and his distrust and dislike for Kyle being with Claire because she's a Newman, and so he protects her that way. Okay. So getting back to Audra, and Audra is essentially working for Victor, and she has to keep him happy or he's not going to fund her company, right? Okay, so her assignment is to lure Kyle away from Claire, basically for the purposes of showing her that he's not a good guy as she thinks he is, right? Okay, so I guess step one in the process was to get her away, to get him away from Claire. That was step one. Step two is to make him kind of flirt with her. And I guess her um, first test is to get him to apply sunscreen lotion because it is summer and you have to protect your skin. So, it could be seen as an innocent thing, right? But the glint in Audra's eye tells me that she wants something more, or at least that she hopes her plan will work. But then again, I don't know. I like to think the best of people, but her history of how she even got on the soap, because remember she flirted with Kyle in the beginning when he was married to Summer still. And then they tried to change her into, well, she's a good person, but she has a history and her family. She doesn't have that family bonding, whatever. So then that could be the reason why she's so driven and whatever. Okay. But now the interesting loop here is that she's in a relationship with Nate now. And supposedly it's a really good one and she loves him and the whole thing. So, like I said, it comes back to square one. Is she willing to do whatever it takes for business, or is love or whatever, her commitment to Nate, gonna win out? And I really don't know at this point because right now I'd say she's really career driven. But I wonder if the personal is going to seep in or whatever. I don't know. Okay. So before we find out that Cole has Legionnaire's disease, Nate happened to be near the coffee shop where Claire and Victoria were. So he says, I'm sure he has the best doctors looking after him, and I'm sure everything will work out. So then Claire storms out of there because she can't handle all the stress, and I think she started hyperventilating, and then that made her, Holden happened to see her, and they had a little exchange, and then it gave Victoria time to mend fences, so to speak, with Nate about their past. So it was good, but it was awkward a little. Okay. And then, yeah, like I said, Billy and Sally, as part of the couple front, they seem to be on good ground. But Audra, Audra playing games with Kyle, I don't like it. I mean, I understand, like, from a female point of view, he has a lot to look at, but, I mean, are you willing to forego your relationship for, I don't know. And then also, I think Kyle is committed to Claire, but the only hesitation I have is that he did fall for Audra at one point. So who knows? Who knows? I don't know. But I wanted some hot summer. I got it today for sure. So I'm happy. All right. Bye, guys.